Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am coming on here to ask a question that I really don't care and already know the answer to. Okay, so today is January the 28th, 2025. It is 8:43 p.m. So at night. My question is, if Trump gets his way and gets birthright citizenship reversed, does that mean that he will have to leave this country? Because he said if you are born from an illegal, you are not a citizen. And when Fred Trump was born, his mom and dad were not U.S. citizens, which by default makes Fred Trump an anchor baby, like Vivek. Vivek's mama was pregnant with him, had him in the United States. She later got her citizenship after he was born. His daddy, and I'm trying to think of that interview that he had with another person. And I think his daddy right now is not a citizen, Vivek's daddy, that is. Or his daddy just recently, in the 20s, in the 2000s, like let's say 2020. I don't think that's when it was. But if that's when he did, just recently, in the 2020s, just got his citizenship. If he does. So does that mean that Vivek will have to leave the country? Elon is a naturalized citizen. He will have to leave the country. Trump was born to a parent that was not a U.S. citizen. His mama was not a U.S. citizen. So that means Trump's mama was born in Scotland, was not a U.S. citizen. And I thought I read somewhere, of course it's scrubbed from the internet, but I thought I read that when he was born, his mama was not a U.S. citizen. But let's say that she was. Let's say that she was. Okay. She was a U.S. citizen. Was it through marriage, or was it that she got her citizenship? I'm asking. I really don't know. Don't care, but I'm asking. And then when his daddy was born, that's Fred Trump Sr., when he was born, his mom and dad were not U.S. citizens. They actually was not allowed to go back to their country. Which I'm thinking, you know what? I'm getting this whole story from Mary Trump, Trump's niece. I don't know if any of this is true, so me telling you this story, I got it from Mary Trump, Donald's niece, Fred Trump's granddaughter. She said that her grandfather was an anchor baby. She said that when her grandfather was born, that both of his parents were not U.S. citizens, and they were not allowed to go back to their country. So everything that I'm saying is secondhand from her. But my question is, if he gets it overturned, does that mean he has to leave the country? Because yes, I'm assuming that if he's saying just because you're born here, you're not a citizen unless you're born here to citizens. And when Fred was born, neither one of his parents were citizens. So that means that Fred Trump would not be a citizen, which by default would make Donald Trump not a citizen. Or am I wrong? Because I believe in birthright citizenship. So I'm not saying that he should have to leave. I don't think that Vivek should have to leave, because he was born in the United States. But if we're going by that rule, Vivek's mama and dad were not citizens. Trump's mama and dad were not citizens. So that would mean out of Trump's kids, Tiffany is the only one that gets to stay in the country. Because, and I'm only saying that because I don't know. Her mom was born in the United States. I'm assuming to U.S. citizens. And yeah, Trump is a U.S. citizen by the law. But if he was born to not a citizen, that would mean that he's not a citizen. And then his other 4 kids are not citizens because their mama, the two other wives, were not born in the United States. I don't want them to leave. They were born here. They have rights. But like I was saying the other day, and I said this in a couple of videos, generationally, my family's been here longer than Trump's family have been generationally. Not by years. Possibly by years. Because Trump's in his 80s? I don't know how old his daddy would have been. My great-grandmother was born in 1900. And she was born in the same county, in the same state that her kids was born. And that my mama, which is her granddaughter, was born in the same state of county that me and my sister was born in. The same state that my kids were born in. My kids were not born in the same county that I was. But we are all born in this state. Like I said, I can't go past my great-grandmama. I can only go back to her. I don't know any further back than that. So generationally, my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, me was all born in the United States. Same on my daddy's side. I can only go back to my granny, but that's because I never asked questions. I could have probably went further back, but I never asked questions. But my granny, my dad, I don't know if my granny was born here in this state. My daddy was. But I don't know about my granny. On my daddy's side, that is. But yes, my granny on my mama's side. My great grandmama on my mama's side. My mama, me and my sister. We were all born in the same county, same state. I'm just saying. I'm literally asking. Does that mean that he would have to leave? And another thing that he's doing. And I wish these politicians would do their fucking job. This is the job that they signed up for. I'm not saying any side. I'm saying all. They are all lumped in with one big old gray mass of clay. This clay is gray because it is both red and blue. And green, if you want to throw in the Green Party or the Tea Party or whatever. Hey, it's gray because all the colors are mixed. So I'm talking about everybody. How are y'all going to let him? And I'm saying that they're letting him because they are not out here tub thumping. I get knocked down, but I get up again. They are not out here tub thumping. Stopping him. And I'm not saying I don't want them to physically attack. I am not talking about physical. I am talking about political tub thumping. Chumbawamba. That's all I'm saying. I'm old. 80s baby, 90s kid. Anyhow. Why are they not stopping him? And I was listening to Luke Beasley and Josiah from Pondering Politics. Josiah is Pondering Politics, and Luke Beasley is the Luke Beasley Show. And I was just listening to them, and they were saying they played Stephen Miller. Is that his name? I don't remember the dude's name, but they played the clip, and he said that their goal, and I think he said this during the first thing or in the break, but he said, whoever the man was, I don't remember his name, so he said that their goal is to throw out 5 things or 25 things just to get 5 things pushed through. And that's what they've been doing. That was in Project 2025. We're going to throw out 25 things because we know 5 things will get through because the American people is going to be so tired and they're not going to be able to keep up with everything that we're doing. And right now, the thing that he's doing as of today, as of all day, He is revoking, or not revoking, he is taking the funds that are supposed to go, that was supposed to go towards free lunch for children, for elderly people, subsidy programs that help, rent subsidy programs, Medicaid subsidy programs. Now, and I don't think they're talking about like the Medicaid, but I don't understand all of it. But that's not because they threw out 25 things. It's because I don't know everything, but I am willing to look it up. If I hear it and I don't understand, I'm not afraid to look it up. I just thought I'd make this video because y'all know it's after 8 o'clock, and you know my brain shuts down after 8 o'clock. So I needed to get this off my chest while it was still in my head. So I'm not coming here just spewing things. I am honestly saying that I don't know specifically everything, but I'm only doing that so that it's out of my head, its own video, so that I can go back when my brain is working properly. But like I said, I know I have a touch of sundown. I know that. I know this about me. I lose words, I lose thoughts, my brain shuts down after 8 o'clock. But see, me knowing that, I have to work around me because I know me. I'm just saying. I'm not making any excuses for me. I know that I don't know everything, but see, the difference is I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not blaming anybody, even though my memory got like this after July the 1st, 2015. But you know what? If I knew that this would be the result of the double brain surgery, realistically, I probably still would have gotten it. But this is right now, today, Keita, saying this. I regret having it, but my reason for getting it was not a selfish reason. I got that surgery because it wasn't fair. And this is before surgery. It wasn't fair that Gary would have to basically be a single parent for 3 months. Like just a 3-month stint. Because my brain decides that it is Don Coholio. I still don't know how to say the last name. Guys. Mena La Mancha. My brain decided that it wanted to be Man of La Mancha. Is that the right word? Mena La Mancha. I don't think that don't sound right. Mena La Mancha. Anyways, it wants to get on this little wooden horse and attack the dragon, which is the windmill. That's all I'm saying. My brain was tripping, was attacking something that's not even there. And it wasn't fair that he would have to be a single parent to, at that time, before the surgery, was 1 year old or almost 2 year old kids. I literally got my brain surgery. Their birthday was that Saturday. I got the brain surgery that following Monday. And I told the doctor I don't want to do it before June the 28th because I don't want to die before my kids turn 2. That's what I said. They turned 2 on June the 28th, and I had my brain surgery July the 1st. And even though the results is this, that it made things worse rather than better, I still would do it. I still would get the surgery. As bad as that sounds, I still, because if I knew, like if I could, I don't know. I don't know. Because one side is like, no, you wouldn't. You would just deal with the headaches. But at that time, I'm like, my kids are my everything. And I've been having the headaches. Like when it came, it lasted 3 months, then it went away. I started having them July of 2001. I was 17. And I remember it was July 2001 because my mama fell and was paralyzed from the neck down. But that's because December of 1999, and I remember that because my little baby man, the second one, was born May of 1999. So she was a baby. And I know she's not a boy. And I'm not saying baby man as in gender. I call all of them my little baby mans. I have a lot of little baby mans. But I literally called them all that just so I don't accidentally say their name because I don't have their permission to say their name. So I just say baby man, and it can mean any of the Bubba and Sissy baby mans, which Bubba and Sissy is baby man because they're my niece and nephew, but they're the girls' siblings. And not just the siblings that they share with my sister, but it's like the siblings with my sister and the siblings that are their siblings. I know it sounds weird, but I know what I'm talking. I know in my head it don't sound right, but if you knew what I was saying, it would sound right. But so all the Bubba and Sissies, which is 9 of them, and in that family it's 9. And so them are Bubba and Sissies, but I call them all my little baby mans, and not all of them are boys. But so baby man number 2 of that family is, age-wise, it would be number 2 sister kids and number 2 in that family. Also, so baby man number 2 was born May of 1999. and my mama fell in December of 1999. And um, when she fell, it was because she was walking up to a trash. She was walking up to a dumpster because she said she thought that somebody threw a cat away, and this man got he got robbed and they cut him up. He lived, but she said that's what she heard. But her walking up to the trash can, because it's an outside dumpster, it must have leaked, and then it was cold that night. She slipped and fell. Didn't realize that she hurt herself until the next morning, because she was through. She was gone. Not feeling no pain literally until the next morning. And then July of 2001, she was walking in a field going to the store, and she said it just felt like that bees stung her from the top of her head to the bottom of her whole body. And what happened was, when she fell in 1999, they think she might have cracked the vertebrae in her neck, but because she was semi-healthy, I guess, or her bones were still strong enough that it didn't affect her. And then because, she wasn't getting proper nutrition, it just snapped and literally paralyzed from neck down. But they did the surgery, and not obviously, because y'all don't know her, or y'all didn't know her. Yeah, she got her mobility back, and yeah, and I don't. That was another thing, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna go too much on it because I don't want to start crying. But the police report of August doesn't make sense, because they said she was crossing the street and she wasn't in her hub around. That was her car. And they said she had a push walker. And the only reason why that doesn't make sense to me is because I'm thinking it was December of 2023. December. She fell in her apartment and broke her hip. She went to the hospital. They put a rod in her hip. And she was in the hospital for almost 7 weeks. Well, she was in the hospital, and then they moved her to a nursing home for therapy, just to get her up. And then, but she was gone, from her apartment for 7 weeks, because I had Dinkers. Carmen is the dog. But I kept the dog the whole time while she was in the hospital. And then as soon as she came home, I took her back the dog. And then it was maybe end of February or the beginning of March of 2024. She fell again and broke her hip. Her other hip. Not the one that she broke the first time. This was her other hip. And had surgery on that hip. but she was pushing a walker in August of 24. She wasn't in her hub around. Like before she broke her hips, she didn't walk anywhere. If she was outside, she was in her chair. The only time she used her walker was in her apartment, because her apartment was literally, you walk in her front door and you're literally in her dining room, living room, kitchen. And then you go through, and then like her bedroom door, you go through her bedroom door and you're in her bedroom, and her bathroom was in the bedroom. But basically she lived in an efficiency type apartment. The only reason why it wasn't a true efficiency apartment is because she did have a bedroom door. But if she didn't have a bedroom door, she literally would have the only door in her apartment would have been her front door and her bathroom door. But, she did have a door to her bedroom. And she only used her push walker if her neuropathy was bad. So when they say she had her walker, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because she was still recovering from her second hip surgery. I could just be in denial. I don't know.